Matt, thanks for being with us. Let's start with Bruce and Nellie
Greg.
Ohr. Nellie Ohr told Congress that the only person she gave the anti-Trump information to was her husband. Now it turns out at least 3 prosecutors were given this information by Nellie Ohr. There are 339 pages of emails showing it. That looks like lying to Congress, which the last time I checked, and we can all check with Michael Cohen, that's a crime, isn't it?
It is a crime, and the entire situation surrounding Bruce Ohr and Nellie Ohr was very concerning for me when I was at the Department of Justice. And I think this is one of the key things that Mr. Durham's looking at, and the whole, how did this investigation start? I know that Mr. Huber, a U.S. attorney from Utah, is also looking at the FISA abuse, and I know that the Inspector General is looking at it. I hope that we can get full transparency and all the answers to these questions, Greg, because I know that you and others have been asking these questions and really receiving unsatisfactory answers. But, you know, there was no doubt that Fusion GPS was trying to get this false dossier and the information it contained to anyone who could launch an investigation or otherwise throw a wrench in the campaign in 2016, and we have to make sure this never happens again.
How is it possible Bruce Ohr is still employed at the Department of Justice? I mean, this is a guy who is required under federal regulations to disclose the financial benefits he was receiving. His wife's getting paid by Fusion through Hillary Clinton's campaign. It's going into the Bruce and Nellie Ohr joint bank account. He didn't disclose it, nor did he seek recusal in the case. Isn't that a firing offense?
Yeah, so their financial disclosure is very important as to the sources of your income, and that is something that each federal employee fills out every year to look at conflicts of interest. And, I think that the process for employment for career officials, there is it's a long process in order to terminate someone, and there has to be, enough evidence and a record. And so these investigations by both the Inspector General and those 2 U.S. attorneys I mentioned could be the basis for that. That's obviously what happened in Andy McCabe's situation, where the Inspector General's report drove the decision to terminate him. And I think in this case, once those reports come out, they can be the basis for employment action.
All right. Matt Whitaker, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, Greg.